Welcome to Charter Local Edition Northwest. I'm Dana Cowley, and today we're in Florence, Oregon, talking about the news and issues that matter most to you. My guest today is Oregon Senator Arnie Roblan. Arnie, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me. It's really great to be here.
We appreciate it. And your personal story is so interesting. You started out facing some real challenges in school and in life.
Yeah, as a young child, I'm dyslexic, which means for a lot of people they reverse, and if it was only that simple. And I'm ADHD, which means I'm a little hyperactive. So elementary school was a challenge. And so my teachers got a little uptight with me not wanting to sit in a desk. But I had great teachers, and they would do things like, you can be the eraser cleaner. And so whenever you get really hyper, go grab the erasers and go clean them. Don't disrupt the class. So I got pretty good at that. And then my dyslexia created this opportunity to not be able to spell very well. So I would sit down first in every spelling test. So I tried hard to get kicked out of the class before the spelling test so that I didn't have to look foolish in front of people. And it's those kinds of things that helped me get to know a lot of other kids, because I did have some other saving graces. People liked me pretty well. I got along well. I grew fairly large, so I was big enough to not be picked on for having those kinds of issues. And teachers, for whatever reason, seemed to like me, so they'd take me under wing and help me do things. And so I got better. By middle school, I started out in all the lowest level middle school classes, and by the end of middle school, I was in all the advanced classes. And math was probably the thing that was my saving grace. I ended up doing really well with math. And one of the things that it taught me is that all of us are alike, and we all have real gifts to offer, but school doesn't necessarily identify all those gifts. And a lot of the friends that I made in my lowest level classes became friends all the way through high school, and they thought it was really neat that one of theirs made it into these other classes. And I would make sure that my good friends who like to think of themselves as very smart, who like to put down the kids that were a little low, that they didn't do that. They were not mean to them. And I said, you know, the issue is my friends down there will beat you up. They don't argue with you because they know they can't win with an argument. And so it was an opportunity to learn that it really takes all of us to make the world a better place. And when I went to college, I used those skills. Reading was not easy for me all the way through, and so I would make sure that I found other people who read really well, and they didn't necessarily know how to take the information they read and manipulate it into the stuff the teacher wanted. I was good at that, so my brain worked that way. So we'd talk about it, and I would do better on the test than they did, and they were really frustrated that they read the book and I got the better grade. So what we finally did is I said, well, just talk to me, I'll tell you what you should be getting out of it. So we developed these relationships. It was about collaboration, and you know, this whole conference that we're having on the coast with everybody is all about collaboration, and it's been a way for me to get through my life.
And so then you flipped that, you became a consummate educator, and you still keep in touch with people that you taught 30 years ago.
Yeah, you know, it is exciting for me as an educator. I taught at Marshfield High School in Coos Bay for 32 years, my whole career. So I started out as a math teacher there and a science teacher, worked through, became the dean of students, and then became the vice principal, and then became the principal the last 15 years of that time. And in that time, made a lot of friends with a lot of students. And you know, you aren't friends with them, you're the teacher when they're in school. When they get out of school, you become the friend. And it has been really great to keep those relationships and know people all around. A fellow legislator is one of my old students. The person that runs the whole building at the Capitol building is one of our old students. And so it's an exciting time.
So you can be rewarded with the lives you've touched.
Constantly. My own kids, as well as all those others that I call my kids that went to our school.
Well, Senator, thank you for your time.
Thank
I appreciate you being here, and we appreciate you watching. This is Charter Local Edition Northwest. I'm Dana Cowley.